Hello and welcome back to City Skylines 2 with me, Neat, and we are back in Goldfield, my first ever go at building a city in City Skylines. We have 37,000 people in counting, and so far we are doing well. Now, I have had to do some slight tweakments. I understand there's been some updates recently, and the updates have forced me to play in full vanilla mode. And what that means is I'm developing a few issues. For example, loads of more traffic than I had before, loads of people complaining of high rent, to the point that I've already dropped my taxes down to 6%, which should be more than enough. I've looked at the wealth of my citizens, they're all fine. I think it is just like the land value, If we look at land value, I think it's probably the fact that the land value isn't high enough maybe in those areas. But previously I had some mods that kind of helped operate things. Oh, and now we've got some issues with our connection, which is all fine and dandy. I just need to put a transformer down. So we'll do that first. Transformer ahoy. Just connect another one in, as we have done already. It's just something that I think we're just going to have to keep an eye on, because we put in a geothermal plant. So that is kind of where we're at. In the last episode, we put in this village where there was previously there was industry here, which is why one spot has some pollution. If we click on it, there's still some left, but it's not doing badly, and it's just to fill some population demand issues, really. It's just a small little area next to some farm fields. Yeah, next to the farm fields, kind of what you would, at least in England, you have a couple of farm fields and then a very small village and then moving on. I just want to add like a little bit of a park and just make it seem a little bit nicer here, and then we'll move on to our actual goal of today's episode, which is sorting our education out. I'm trying to think what park could fit in there nicely. Like maybe... I do that, and then we'll put a road into it. Oh, now it's going to be funny about it. There we go. So now we've made a building derelict, but that's okay. So we've got a little park in there. We can put some trees in, and again, because we've got some issues with the game glitching, it's a bit hard to do the landscaping to the same effect that we had done before, which is a bit annoying, but you know, sometimes we just have to deal with what we've got going on. And equally, this area doesn't have any access to a school. If we click on education, it's damn right red. Now, I think we also don't even have a bus route here, so all these poor people have to drive if they're leaving the area. It's going to be a pretty miserable place to live, and again, if we look at land value, it's not that great. It's not very high. It's just not looking fantastic. So we're going to put in an elementary school, and I'm thinking of popping one in maybe on the back main road. If we can get him in there. Is he going to fit? Not quite. He's going to have to go on that side. There we go. So he just about swishes in. Whether or not we need to do a day clinic, we'll do the extension wing because that's going to serve everybody, and we'll leave the park as is because we've got a little park down there, and that immediately will improve the education to this area, so they've all now got access. But again, we don't have any buses, and again, if we click on land value, it's still really, really poor. So the kind of things that improve land value are parks. So if we go in and pop a little small dog park in, that's going to help. And they're all green now, everybody's quite happy. If we do a small playground, see how that does with the land value. There's a slight improvement. We've got wastewater. We've kind of got the delayed effects of the land value of the shops over there. But you can see our major land values all here, where we've got kind of major city services. And that's to be expected. But I think if we can improve the land value everywhere, that's going to help with the tax, the city tax issues. So the other thing that will improve land value are things like having access to a healthcare facility. So I'm thinking again, maybe there might be a little hospital in somewhere around here. If we could just squish one in. couple of buildings complaining of issues with just access to everything really, which is understandable. But how does that do with our land value? It's a bit of an experiment really. Is this improving my land value? Somewhat. You know, the houses are looking a bit greener. Yeah, interesting the way it does it, building value. Considering it's an area of, I suppose, not best, you know, just a bit in the middle of nowhere next to farm fields, not that built up. I think it's not a bad little stop. So we're going to put a bus line kind of in a couple of places around that housing estate, and we'll just check our other housing estates because again our new city bit doesn't have any. So we've got a city hall, we've got another one there, we've got some nice buildings cropping up, whether or not we pop one there as well, and then we'll look at some bus lines. Now the beauty of doing all these little lines is it just hopefully helps with traffic. She says we've suddenly got a bit of a death wave, which is always fantastic. Let's just check our healthcare out. And crematorium availability is actually a little bit low, so let's just have a little look at our crematorium. Do we just get a couple more hearse spaces? So is it availability or is it having an additional incinerator? Yeah, if we do that for now, is that going to improve our crematorium availability? It has done, but we're still kind of on the edge there. I wonder whether we do another one. We'll leave it for now. But that has helped with our education. So if we have a look, our elementary is kind of just in the green, but not quite. Our college capacity, we've only got 300 people going, and we've got 1,900 eligible, and I wonder whether it's just where it's located. It's so far from everybody. And yeah, we're seeing more rent issues, which is just infuriating because there shouldn't be an issue with rent. Garbage disposal's a bit on the rocks. Let's have a little look at you. Just give it some upgrades if we can. Maybe if we put another recycling centre in on the other side or down the road, we could put 2 in, couldn't we? So let's just extend the road out, check the way the wind is going that way, which is fine. We can totally put another recycling centre next door, and we will make room for the freaking thing that it wants. What is that? Oh, hello. Bloody hell. Let's just move it a second whilst we work out what to do with the land. Every time you do something, it just kind of comes along and makes a crazy system. That's fine. We can fix it. We can fix it. Totally, we can fix it. So I wanted to make space for this thing, which is now not far enough long. Right, we will fix the train, don't you worry, because we need to now give it it's space to roam, as it were. There we go. So let's just fix the train a second, and again we'll pop that on. There's no harm in just giving things an opportunity to level out somewhat. That will fix, don't worry. This will all level out, maybe. Hopefully. As I buy more things. It's all good. So that has fixed our recycling issue, just about. not quite. But we have got ongoing traffic issues. You can see that at every possible junction point, we have just got inundated traffic. We've got traffic there, we've got traffic here. To be honest, it's not awful, but it's not brilliant. And particularly as we're a growing city, it's just something we need to be aware of. Can we find other connection points? So before we look at any more school stuff, I want to connect this road to this junction. So if we look at intersections, we've got a few options. I'm thinking if we put in place, so we don't need to go on the other side. What we need is one that just comes off. Kind of like so. So that should hopefully be enough. And I'm thinking this probably will at some point make its way back across the railway junction maybe. But we need this now to connect to it. So if we go to our highways, we've got the 2-lane. And again, we need to find a way to merge it. If we pop a ginormous roundabout on. It's a shame there isn't a bigger roundabout, actually. Can we move a node? Probably it's not going to let me move a node now, is it? Probably not. Let's just change that then. So highways, 2-laners, do some curves. Because what we want is a big enough one. Now, whether or not that's going to suffice is another question, but I think that's looking promising. Let's just make sure it goes the right way. So, there we go. And whether or not that's going to do what I want it to do, but I'm hoping it's going to help with the traffic. Yeah, it's what I'm hoping anyway, because it's now giving people a way into the city from this side. So now we've effectively got 1, 2, 3 different ways into the major part of the city, and we'll just see how that pans out. And again, looking at land wealth, everything's looking okay. In fact, that area is looking a little bit better. There's a few more green spots, quite a lot of blue spots over here, and it's just something that we need to think of, how we can improve the land value. So, what we want to do is start looking at the schools in this area, because this is going to be part of an extension of our nice little city centre. We're going to eventually expand all the way back over this way. This might even become built up in the future, you know, might not knock it down and make it more built up. But we've got some space and room for some stuff. Now I've started to look at putting in a couple of random high rises to see what it's going to look like. Because as you know, some of them are quite huge. And when you're just starting to put big things in, I think personally, it looks better when you just do like a couple of small ones. So we'll see what grows in. Anything else we've got? We've got a fire station. Have we put the fire station in anywhere? No, we haven't. So again, whether or not it's a good place, you kind of expect the police headquarters and the fire station to be somewhat close to each other. So again, if we popped him in, and again, he's got a helipad, which is always worth thinking about. And then it's got things like a training facility and extra space, which we'll leave for now. So quite a few little expansion packs. It looks quite cute around there. And we have got kind of a bit of space between here and the railway line, and we want to think about how we can stop the noise, because if we go to noise pollution, it's quite noisy. It's not bad actually, everywhere's pretty decent. So schools, I'm thinking of having the schools off, because it doesn't matter if they're near-ish to a train station really. We kind of need to supply the city centre somehow. So if we do a little off-road off of the roundabout, but a smaller road. And then we'll put in our lovely high school. Just thinking you don't necessarily want it set right next to everything. He could fit in there when we've got room, whether or not it's needed, and we'll put on the upgrades. So both schools are done and dusted. Just thinking about what we can do to, basically what I want to do is the tree line tool, but I haven't got that. And we've reached a large city, which means we just get money. Yeah, I don't know if you need to do an off-road for the school. It just, in my mind, having it on a main 4-lane road isn't like the best thing. You kind of want it to be offset somewhere that doesn't feel so dangerous. But maybe I'm a bit wrong with that. I don't know. What do you think? I put them next to each other and sod the parkland. I don't know. I like the idea of having a bit of a park in front of the schools and they can be connected. You know, it's just what we can do. So I haven't got the tree line tool, you see. So trying to make the trees, you know, in an ideal world, I'd do a tree line thing all the way along or kind of connect them up a bit differently. I mean, we've got, I've got 42 tiles to unlock in today. Well, not in today's episode, but I've got 42 tiles to unlock. So I've got space for things. I'm just thinking that's too, in reality, that's too close to a train line. So maybe we do move them onto the main road. Like that. Yeah, so he doesn't fit no matter what. So let's just move him into the middle and then put the track around the back. Not that it needs a track, but I do like the whole vibe of having an athletics track. And then we can do a pedestrian path maybe. And then we can do some trees around it. Bit of parking maybe, and then people can walk either side, I think might be good. And then we'll look at our, what's our smallest parking? It doesn't quite fit in. No! I was thinking that would look really good. But we could put some parking around the back of this one. I don't know. Because that would kind of supply both areas, wouldn't it? And then they could walk their way across. So people can leave and then walk all the way across. Might look alright. And then we've got an ability to do some little park decorations. There we go. We'll deal with the consequences of that later because I'm sure that's actually terrible. And then our police station and our fire station both look a bit naff, to be honest. They both look a bit tired, a bit, you know, just left in the middle of nowhere without a purpose. I don't know. to me they just don't look right. You know, I've done this whole area up, tried to make it look nice, connect it all up so it's kind of what you'd hope, that there's plenty of parking for both the schools, we can do a bus route there and people can walk in, you know. But these two, just in the middle of nowhere. And to be honest, they normally are like surrounded by shops of some kind. So whether or not, even if we could pull them back actually, I may well pull them back. Right, I'm going to move you, just temporarily, alright? Just chill. You're temporary movement, promise. So, we're going to bring him out just a little bit. There we go. So, we'll bring you back. Come on in, Derek. Say hello. Now, have I made you too big? I have, haven't I? I've cocked up. Oh no, oh no. I haven't quite. So now they're next to each other, which actually looks kind of right, and close to the train station, which also looks kind of right. And we can make it even easier by making the roads a one-way system. For the fire engines and all of that. They come in one way, they come out one way. I don't know why a bus would go that way, but he's trying. So, I just want to put a couple of shops around, she says. Don't know if that's quite the right thing. It's saying there's low customers here. But, you know what? You only live once, supposedly. But normally I find they're around shops, so that's what I'm doing. And we've still got lots more demand actually for shops, so let's pop all of them in. But it's really starting to build up quite nicely, isn't it? I really like how it's all developing. Like, I love this bit with the little parkland in the middle, and we've got the welfare office, we've got the hospital, we've got loads of parking, because that's kind of a car-free little bit of town. I know, there's traffic. I know, it will settle itself out. She keeps telling herself. And then we've got this bit where the city hall looks over at the village that's a bit naff, but we'll fix that in the future. Just ignore the shitty village in the distance and all the people complaining of rent. And instead, what we'll do is come past our central bank that's opposite a park and go, oh wow, it's got 67 people on the bus, living at large. Got a couple of random high rises, but it's all starting to like merge in a little bit as we come up the hill to another little shopping bit in the middle. Oh, cool. Cool. I think that's looking good. And again, for now, we'll just feed demand. Oh, shut up. And then we've got this little bit here. Have we got any demand for low rent? Low density, high density, medium density. We've just got this space here that we could fill with something, and then we need to think about expanding as a city. So having a little look at this, and we've also got this bit back here. Maybe you'd have some like low rent housing around the back. You kind of might do. So if we just... A fuel plant! Okie dokie. Maybe if we just come on out. Just thinking whether we could sneak some low rent housing in. But I would want to block... Yeah, I don't think I want that close. We want to block it with trees and stuff. And then again, he could almost join up there. And then if we put a park in, so we're thinking of putting like some low rent housing in there. And then again, maybe some more shops round the back. And you'd have some shops by the football stadium so people can go and purchase some things maybe. Oh, I don't know if you can see, I've got a friend. Oh, too heavy. Say hello to the camera. Hello. Hello. You're so cute. He's jumped up onto the chair next to me to say hello. I don't know if you can see him. No, you can't see him. Hello. Hello, Blue. Hello, Blue. Sis. What's this? What's this? What's this? No. Hello. Good boy. So I will tree line all the back of this in a tickety-boo. And I'm kind of happy how that is because it just makes it feel a little bit more built up, which is what I want. This all has to feel like a bit of a city vibes, as it were. And then we've got this section here, which again I was hoping it could be a really nice park. There we go. So that's kind of gridded it all together a little bit so it doesn't look so strange. Looks semi-strange, but it's fine. It's fine. We'll do what we always do and just tree it and bush it up and hope that things look better. Now we've also got the tree issue around the back here, so let's just bush up. And let's hope that that blocks some of our traffic issues once that's all grown in. Hopefully that's going to look a lot more natural and real. And look at that, it just looks so much better. It's all built out. Our population's gained almost 10,000. Hello. Hello. He's just fallen asleep next to me now. Who'd have thought my dog wants to watch me play a game? He doesn't, he just wants dinner. But look at that, that just looks fantastic. From bird's eye view, we've got loads of parks for all the people living here. It is mostly shops, but I think probably what we're going to look at is like trams, because traffic is a continual challenge, not just here, but everywhere. And it's just because we've got a lot going on. We've got a lot of industry. So the last couple of details I wanted to do was work on outside connections, because so far we've only got one way in, one way out. We've got this road up here that goes to the outside world. We've got the road up this side that goes to the outside world, and we've got some squares to use. I know, darling, I know. He's trying to kiss me so he can get my attention. So what I am thinking is from this side, just how many tiles is that? So on this side it's 4, and on this side it's 3. We'll do this side for now, actually, and we're just gonna purchase those tiles. Sorry. Because the other thing is we've got birds. So this road is going to have to go under the ground because that hill is ginormous. Right, I give up. I tried to put an elevation in here and this cliff is so freaking high that there is like absolutely no way I can connect to that bit. Just absolutely, well, not at the moment anyway, I'm not smart enough. So we're going to attempt on this side and then we're calling it a day because I need to make some dinner. So we're going to purchase those 3 and then get on with the road situation. So let's come out of how deep we were before and then take this road up. And at the moment he's not a big road, but he might need to become a bigger road at some point. How long can we stay straight for? And then this is where it gets a bit unusual, so there we go. See, that wasn't so tricky, was it? So now we finally have an outside connection, and our city is looking pretty nifty, apart from all the people complaining of rent, but that sounds like a you problem because, you know, citizens should be quite wealthy. Okay, not as wealthy as they were before, but I'm sure City Skylines 2 has some glitches that need fixing. But let's kind of take a bit of a refresher of everything we've done. So really, the main thing we've done is expanded out this area, put in some schools for the future, and we've built on some connections, some public transport, and just slightly did up that village in the far corner. So in our next video, we will work on expanding this city, going out towards the coast, because what I really want to do is connect the waterways, and we now do have kind of enough tiles to do that. We're making a lot of money that we have no problem with being able to afford that. In fact, we're making so much money, if they're going to complain about bloody taxes, we will charge them 2%, and that is it, 2%. That is it. Now complain of rent. So next time we come back, we're going to expand the city towards the coast, and we might even look at just purchasing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've got enough both ways. In fact, do we just bite the bullet and do that? We do. We've got 17 tiles left, and the last thing we're going to do on this episode, because I've been dying to do it, is switch this back on. But actually, can I edit it? Is there a way to edit it? If we go to public transport, I want to stretch you out to here. If it's allowed, is it going to complain about it? Ah, that's why, because I haven't done the rest of the thing. Oh, you little turd. Purchase that tile too? Yeah, whatever. Fine. You got me. You got me. Right, let's It's not a very big waterway, is it? You know. Woohoo! So we have our very first connection, ladies and gentlemen. We can go out to... We can go out to ship line 1, which is Sleaford. So if we just go to our public transport... wrong one. Ship. I think it was Sleaford. And we've already got 3 passengers. Woohoo! Our first ever boat line, and hopefully in the future we can go back the other way as well, and that might, fingers crossed, fix some of our public transport issues. How are you all still complaining of rent? Madness. The taxes aren't high. You're all a load of whinging babies. Annoying. But we now have boats. And we have 10 passengers waiting already. We have 13 passengers. Woohoo! Finally. And what I'd like to do is, you know, I'd love to put a stop in, but the problem is with the boats is like, look how ginormous that harbour is. If I shove them in there, for example, I suppose I could shove one in on this side somewhere. And that would be alright. Can we do it? It's like a road's required. You're attached to a road. You literally said a road's required, and I've attached you to a road. What is your problem? Because even if we popped him here, that would look really good. Could we, quickly, whilst we've got time? Sorry, I know I'm getting distracted now. I'm going to save it first before I cock up. And then if we just ruin all of this. You know what? It looks like we can't put boats in there. And I've just realised my population has halved for some reason. How it's halved is absolutely staggering. Our taxation, oh my god, that's why. I put it down to 2%, you idiots. Not that much. 2%. Now nobody can be complaining of anything. Let's fix that. Jesus. Literally halved. Right, let's just check that's going to level itself out. Come on. Let's do that. Come on. Monthly balance. Now I'm losing a lot of money. All because I've reduced my taxes down. Something's wrong with this. Something is totally wrong with this game. Just saying. Look, how am I losing that many people? Oh, I think I've just destroyed my city. Through God knows how. Let's just fast forward it a second. And just see if that levels itself out. There we go, making money again. Good. Taxes are nice and low. People are happy again. We're making money. And whether or not my population's going to fix itself again after that fiasco. Oh my God, racking it up to 30%. Well, guys, don't rack your taxes up to 30%. Come on, guys, you have to stop. It's dropping. It is dropping. But I almost want to like pay people to live here because apparently the rent is so bad at 2%. Make it 0. You're not paying any taxes to live here. Oh my God. Did you just see the boat? Oh, that's funny. That's funny. They just got caught with each other. And apparently somebody's in the water waiting for a thingamabob. 18 passengers, nice. Just going to let it level itself out, make sure my population's not absolutely destroyed. Yeah, there we go. Finally, cricking back up. Finally. Oh my God, I was about to have a heart attack then. I was thinking, how on earth did that happen? I'm just going to watch this boat go into this bridge because it did a bit of some kung fu magic and then we'll stop. You know what? It took me so long to get that working. It can go fuck itself, to be honest. But look at the city. Other than all the rent issues, it's a beautiful, beautiful city, isn't it? It's starting to really get a nice skyline coming along, some lovely colours. Boats are absolutely murdering people and just trash in the background. Living the dream. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video anyway. Let me know in the comments below if there's anything particular you want me to see or to work on. And yeah, I will see you guys soon. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.